Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. In today's project I'm going to be making up some satin pillowcases. I've got quite a few pieces of satin, but they're not really big pieces, so I am limited to what I can do with them. And I had actually said to me girls at Christmas, I'll make us all some satin pillowcases up, so that is my project for today. So I've got one here that I've already done. And as you can see, this has got a bit of a pattern in it, but I only had enough to do 2 pillowcases with this design, and then it's just got a plain lovely satin on the back. So how I got my measurement to do the pillowcases was I basically got one of my old pillowcases, and this measured 28 width by 16.5 depth, and then a flap on the inside, which I actually cut to 18-inch wide by 8-inch deep, and then that allowed for a turn up and the join, and then on the extra width and length I allowed 1 centimetre per seam. So let's get started. Okay guys, so what I've got here then for another pair of pillowcases, this is the 18 by 8, which is the inside flap that your pillow goes underneath, and then I've got 4 pieces, which is going to be the front and the back. So what I'm going to start off doing first of all then is actually I'm just going to put a hem on one edge of this and one edge of the other plain backs. And all I'm going to be doing is literally turning it over twice, and that's probably just under 1 centimetre. Okay. Okay, because it's going to be on the inside anyway, that. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing now then is with the other side, I'm going to be putting, so this is on the, what you call your, your drop as your pillow is, it's going down. And I'm going to be putting the right sides together. So both the shiny sides are going together. And then I'm just going to clip that. I'm going to do is just be putting 3 in. So I've got one at the front, one at the back, one in the middle. I'm going to do that on both. And again, shiny sides together. Turn that off for a sec. So we're going to come over to the overlocker, and then I'm just going to be overlocking these on. Okay, we're going to go back to the Duke. Okay, I have just changed my glasses because I've actually got a tendency to keep wearing my husband's, but I've had my new ones come, so I thought I'd put them on. So what I'm going to do now then, what we've got is, we've got the 2 pieces. This is the little flap, and what I'm going to do is, where the overlocking is on the back, I'm going to be turning that towards the little flap and top stitching it down in place. I can actually feel that the overlocking is going in the right direction that it needs to be. And as you're sewing, you're just slightly pulling the satin this way. Just back tap that, let's get the other one done. Okay, now you don't always get this on pillowcases where it's top stitched down, but the reason I've done that is because when that is pressed, you can see there it's going to be a nice added thing that will make it sit flat. So what we're going to do now then, we're going to put the back to the front. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to take the front has got the little folding flap in. So where we've just top stitched there, we're going to put the back seam right up to that, right up to it. Okay, so it goes butt together. We're then going to fold the flap over that piece and we're going to clip, because you've got 3 pieces of fabric there. You've got your back, your front and your flap. So I'm just going to clip those in place, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to clip them in place there. I'm going to come to the end and I'm going to clip that at the end. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side and do exactly the same. So this is the back, and that's the right way. This is the front with the flap and the top stitching. So the back is going to go right up to where that top stitching is, and then you're going to fold the flap over the top of it. Okay, so basically you're sandwiching the back piece in between the front and the flap. So let me just get them lined up, and then I'm going to put a clip in there to hold that in place. Okay, so we've got one clip holding that, and then again at the end of the flap I'm going to just put another clip holding that in place. Okay, and then I'm going to go right to the bottom. And then I'm going to clip those. Right, so that, oh, the back's come out of the clip, or it didn't get clipped in the first place. Right, so that there, I'm only putting one clip because that is, there's no fullness or anything to ease in, it's just a straightforward stitch down. So I'm going to get the other one, and once again so this is the back, the right side, and that's going up to the right side of the front, and then the flap is going to come over the top. Okay, so you've got the front, the back, the flap. Okay, so the back is sandwiched in between the front piece and the back. Let me get a clip. And again I'm going to clip the bottom of the 3 pieces together there. I'm going to go to the other side and do exactly the same. So that the top of that is going right up to where the top stitch is. And then I'm just going to clip that. I'm going to clip it at the bottom. So all 3 pieces together. And then I'm going to run my fingers down to the bottom of the pillowcase. And pin that. I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to pin that. Make sure that that's the same width. And it is. Right, so let's go back to the overlocker. Okay, let's get this stitched down. So I'm going to start at the top where there's 3 pieces with the flaps, and then I'm literally just going to put that under and start sewing it. Okay, I'm going to go to my end, pull it, and then I'm going to grab it in the centre. that straight off, cut that off, and then I'm going to come in across the bottom. Just make sure that they're together. Got a salvage on this side, so I'm just cutting all the salvage off, so there's going to be no holes in the fabric. Bit of dirt on that, but I will be washing it before I give it a machine while we get the next one done. So once again, I'm starting at the top. Okay, I'm going to take the clip out there. Okay, I'm going to go to the bottom, so they're together, the edges, and then just run down there. Now the bit that I'm watching when I'm doing this, I'm actually watching this area here, so I can make sure that I'm taking the same amount off. Okay, let's go across the bottom. Now one of those pieces will cut slightly longer than the other for some reason, but satin does move a bit, doesn't it? So let me just get up here, get this together. Make sure that I've got this. Yeah, that's good. Just make sure that these are all lined up. Okay, so back to the flatbed. Right, so what we're going to do now then, when I say we, I mean me. All the overlocking pieces, I'm just going to stitch down to reinforce them. So I'm just going to put that under my foot, put it under back tack, cut the excess overlocker off. So I'm just going to actually get the overlock in, I'm going to fold it down, and I'm probably going to sew it about an inch. Cut the overlocker off so you've got a neater finish. To cut that cotton, this one done, and it don't matter which side you do this on, because at the end of the day it's in the stitching lines what you've already got on the overlocking, and it's on the inside, so it doesn't matter whether you do it on the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. The bulk of the overlocking off because I've just reinforced it down. A lot of people won't do that, but it's just an extra little thing that I do. Thread on that, turn that off. So that is all finished and stitched up now, so I'm just going to go and press them and then we'll come and have a look at them. Okay, so we've got the finished product with the pillow inside. So satin on both sides, just plain satin, and then you've got your overlap there, and then as your front piece there, you can see because it's top stitched, that looks a lot sharper than if it wasn't. So that's all finished. Right, okay, so let's talk about finishing off some seams. If you've not got an overlocker, you've got your options of your zigzag. Even there might be some of the other fancy stitches that you can use to neaten it off. The perfect one, if you haven't got an overlocker, is a French seam, because all your roughness will be inside. If you go down that route though, remember to have a little bit extra because you've got two seams on that. And at the end of the video where I make the satin short PJs, I actually taught you how to do a French seam if you're not certain how to do one. And because I don't clip much when I'm making some products up, if you want to put more clips, more pins, do that. That is entirely up to you. If it gives you more confidence that when you go into the machine you're going to catch the bottom in with the top. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know how you get on, and if it's something you might be looking at doing. So thanks for joining me again. Take care, see you soon, bye for now.